You know, I have a question for myself. Why am I so obsessed with taking a shower inside of a vehicle? I figured that out on the outside, but why do I really want to do this? I must have lost my freaking mind. See, I took this thing and I rented this minivan and I put all of my stuff on the inside and I decided I wanted to try to take a shower. So check out what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Is it recording? Okay. I am sitting on a Boxio inside of the minivan. And I just wanted to show you guys. My head's touching, but this is the Boxio at full height. So this is something. Okay, now these are the tools that I'm going to prove to myself that I can do this. Like I said, right now I'm in this Dodge Caravan. It's a 2016, right? So this is something that I just purchased from the Geyser company, Geyser Systems. This is, here, let me put it up here, right? This is what's called the Clean Kit. Now, according to them, this Clean Kit consists of a pump and sponges and all that kind of stuff. And I also have, this is 1.5 liter bottle. They said that you can do a 4-minute shower in 1 liter. So if I have 1.5, I should be able to do 6 minutes full throttle. So I'm going to test that out. The other thing that I'm using is this is a pet pull that folds up. So I figure if you're using this with 1.5 liters and it has a drain on the bottom of it, this is pretty easy to just drain after you take your shower. So I'm going to use that, and let me pull out the other things so we can take a look at those. Okay, these are the other parts of the interior of the shower. This is the new Geyser pump that they use. This portion right here, this attaches to this pump. You have a, what's it called, inlet and outlet. Okay, this portion is for the outlet. This goes into the bottle and then it clicks down on the bottle. I'll show that in a second. And these are the new Geyser sponges, patent pending, of course. And they even supplied, this is actually a small power supply. Okay, and so this powers this pump, and these things all should help you take a shower. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this seems to take up a lot of space, and since I'm at my bed and my couch, I'm sitting on the Boxio. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up inside this little dollar case here. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to stick the pump in here and the power supply, and I have my own. And then this will attach to that bottle, and then this will attach to the sponge. I am going to put my Boxio inside this pet tub, and I would prefer, if you don't have that, you could probably use an egg crate or something like that. Something that wouldn't puncture the bottom of one of these things, so the pull on the pet pull works. And I'm going to set this up and show you guys the configuration for that. Now, according to Geyser, this, see the arrows there? This part, the inlet, what happens is this. You have this portion here. This portion goes into the bottle right there. And then the outlet of that, or the out on the top of the bottle, goes into here, which it really doesn't fit as easy as they made it sound on their video, but I won't mess with that right now. Let's see if I can get it in. Hopefully it won't pop out from the pressure coming off this pump, but let me see if I can get that in there. Now, in all honesty, it's kind of hard to make this stuff fit. This one in particular, going from the bottle into the pump, this part was kind of hard. I mean, I'm gonna have to probably even dibble with that even more. This one, what I did is I shaved the edges down some on this other end. And so this is like a 6-foot cable, and then it goes to their patented sponge. And so these are the things that I'm working with. Now, for the sake of not tearing up my bed and have a nice little clean sheet on here, I'm going to just put this on the floor, and then I'm going to give you guys the other configuration. Okay, stay tuned. So this is the battery that came with Geyser. So this goes in there, and you can kind of hear it. And on the other end, this is an open line right now. I have it shown wide open. Now, supposedly, you can cut it all the way off. Let's see if I can position this camera enough to do it. I'll pause. Okay. So this is the off position, and you can control the flow of your water by just turning this guy right here. Okay, so now, making sure that I have this all figured out, now I'm going to show you the configuration that I'm going to use to quote unquote take a shower. Stay tuned. Okay, so now here's the pump, here's the water, here's the pump. I'm going to set that like right there so that I have a free flow, doesn't kink up or anything. Here's the 6-foot line, here's the Geyser sponge, and it is sitting inside this pet tub right here. And the purpose of this is to show that this guy right here, water only goes to the sponge, so it doesn't spray over everything. So if this all works correctly, then I can do all this and not even have to worry about using a shower curtain. Guys, forgive me, I'm going to be a little modest. You know, I'm an old guy. So just want to show you guys how this works. Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm back in here, and let's do this. I still have my pants on. I'm gonna take those off. I put on a pair of swimming trunks. Like I said, I'm modest. And I'm gonna start this up. Okay. I'm not gonna take my shirt off. I'm gonna wash up under it too. So you guys ain't gonna see nothing special. Like I said, I'm too old anyway. So now I'm in here with this. I'm sitting on this Boxio. My head's touching just a little bit. No big deal. I'm not gonna wash my hair today, but what I am going to do, let me plug this in. Okay. Take my watch off. And the pump is already set to go. Now that pump, one thing I'm noticing already is this bottle, this hose is pretty not that tight. Okay, so I have to be careful of the water flow here at this point right here. So now this you're supposed to control. This controls the flow. I'm gonna put this on absolute minimum flow. So according to this, if we do this right, I got a little bit of water flow. You notice the flows here? That's kind of heavy flow. Right there. That's, I gotta just bare minimum. Okay, so if this works right now everything's inside the tub, right? So if you'll notice, I can squeeze, I can control the water flow like this. Okay, quick kit. Let's see what you can do. I'm gonna wash myself down. Let me see. I'm gonna increase it just a little bit. I definitely don't want to spray anything inside this van, right? So you know I got to do this absolutely. I have to be right on the first shot. So okay, I just increased it just a little bit, just enough to get water going. And the whole purpose behind this is that all the water goes to directly on your body and not anywhere else in this van, right? So I'm washing my legs. Haven't really spilled anything. I'm inside this Boxio. I'm sitting on the Boxio for that. And you can kind of see I'm gonna wash up under me too. And make sure if you get a tub, like I said, this one's a 32-inch tub. So I'm gonna wash up under. Now, I can also kind of control if I'm scared about my flow. I can stop that here for a minute and just soak myself down. Okay. So, of course, we do the important parts, right? So, we'll do all that. Okay. Go. Keep going. Go, go. My wife's looking at me like I'm nuts. She's having one of those moments. She's going to talk about me real crazy. So, see the camera? Shut up. She's looking at me like I'm insane. Now my wife's out here. I didn't tell her what I was doing, and now she's telling me I lost my mind. She's telling my sister I lost my mind. That's fine. She could do that. I just want to demonstrate that it works. And she's sitting up here talking to my sister like I'm absolutely insane. And she might just be right. I am. But know something? 1.5 liters. It says a 4-minute shower. I got to make sure that I get my money's worth out of this now that she's looking. She's looking at me like I'm nuts. Love this. So now I've kind of washed myself off. I have changed the clothes. I haven't really spilled any water inside here. So now I'm going to rinse myself off. So the thing is, with the Boxio stuff here, the same sponge that you use to wash is the same sponge that you use to rinse. And so now I'm rinsing myself off. And I'm gonna finish this off. Now she's laughing at me. Yeah, that's okay. These are things, I do things to prove things to myself. So you guys know I'm a big fan of Boxio and I'm a big fan of Geyser. So if Geyser has this and I'm going to prove it, I'm going to prove it. So far I haven't really spilled anything on the floor. I got a good flow of water right here. And so far my flow is way too fast though. It shouldn't be dripping like that. I'm going to slow this thing down. I don't want to go through this too fast. It should be just enough where you can do this and it'll fill itself back up, right? So I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna go back in here. I'm gonna clean up all the little necessary parts and rinse them off. Okay, that's done. That's done. And I could go a little further, but I mean, considering what I'm using this for, and considering I haven't done anything as far as I haven't messed up the inside of this van, and I'm rinsing myself off, and I've used about a little bit over 1 liter. So hard part is done. Now, you guys could probably go get them little mini wipes, but go look on the Geyser commercials on YouTube, and they show using this compared to using those wipes. And well, I'll finish up with this too. The good thing too is that I'm not the water is inside out on the sponge, so by doing that, sponge kind of keeps itself clean. So I'm gonna finish up just a little bit of that. Finish washing myself off here. And you guys can see you see the flow that I have here, and all this is again on top on here. The wings are clean, the vital parts are clean. I'm pretty much clean. So now that part is done. Yeah, I guess I could do these two just to show you guys. This is a full package. I didn't bend over on purpose. I didn't want y'all to see my hinder parts, but that's what we have. So now what I'm gonna grab, now I have my towel. Let me clean myself off. Unplug the pump. That was done on a little bitty battery. This is a tiny battery. You can use whatever. I use a little bit over 1.5 liters. This is 1.5. I think I used like 1.25 on this, and I had it moving kind of quicker than it should because I don't really know how to use it fully yet. But okay guys, this is my test run of a Geyser while taking a shower inside a rental Dodge Caravan. This is Ace. I get to go outside. I can rinse outside if I want to. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's see. Okay, just wanted to show you guys. This is all the water that I used on this. You can see my buns on there. Yep, but this is all the water. Nothing's leaked out. It's bone dry. Okay. I got a little happy, so I got just a touch right there. But other than that, hey. If you get a chance, go check out that Geyser Clean Kit. This guy was like $13 or $14 on Amazon. Anybody can get a Boxio. They're like 240 bucks or something like that. And you can get them cheaper than that. But yeah, the bottle, I bought it for $2.99 at a grocery store. So, you know, look, everything is nice and dry. All right. Check it out. Take care. Update. This is what you're looking in there. You're looking at 1.25 liters, not including what was on me that I just wiped off. This is what you got left. All right, check it out.